All right, welcome everybody. Here we are, 2018. Son of a gun, we made it. I'm Rick Sorenson. I'm going to be live streaming today's ZHR's Masters race. Just finished with my warm-up, so a little out of breath here. Started again at 12:30 Eastern Time, US Eastern Time. Again, ZHR Masters race. I'm Rick Sorenson. Guess I better go get in a pen. It'd be an idea. It's kind of hard to race if you're not actually riding with the other riders. There we go. Oh, for a minute there I thought I was the only guy. Podium finish would have been in the bag, but alas, there's a bunch. So there always is. These ZHR Master Series races are getting more and more popular, which means they're harder and harder. So it's all right. It's good training. That's what we're here for. It's all about good training. So these Zwift races are good training, boy, and then some. They just take some getting used to. So again, I'm Rick Sorenson, and we are going to be, I am in the G category, which is 60 plus. Of course, Masters are divided into, they start at 30 with ZHR, and I'm in with the 60s, and it's a very competitive group. All these ZHR groups are competitive. They're all going to start together, and you just basically try to keep up. And my goal, I always tell everybody, try to have a goal. Every time you line up in a race, whether it's on Zwift or outside, have an idea of what you want to try to do. Whether it's a training race, a results race, whatever. Have a clue what you want to do. So for me, this actually starts my season training. I did race the ZHR number 2 series through the fall, which was pretty brutal, especially November, December, because that's my off time, and that was a struggle, but we got through it. So also I need to take care of some business here. I am the sole owner and chief cook and bottle washer of 152coaching.com. It's also 152 Coaching on Facebook. That is one of my, that's my side business. I am accepting riders for the 2018 season. It's $100 a month. You get a 30-day free trial. See if I can work with you and you can work with me, and we can make you as good as you can be. This is really all any of us can ask for. Just maximize your potential. So check those out if you like. In the meantime, we're going to be streaming as many races as possible. So I need to turn on the fan. That's got to be important. If you don't have a fan in Zwift, you are going to be in deep trouble. So you will just pour sweat. And the problem with that is you get really dehydrated, your power starts to fall off, and it's trouble. So we have a minute till start. 112 in the pen. Yikes. Not going to be easy, but I guess if it was easy, it wouldn't be a challenge. It's certainly going to be a challenge. So all Zwift races start really fast, so start to dial up some watts as you get close to the start, and be ready for the scalded cat start. It's just the way Zwift works. Take some deep breaths and get ready for a pretty fast first couple minutes, and hopefully it'll settle down. So everybody, good luck today. I'm sure it'll be worth the price of admission. I'm right there in the Zwift jersey, orange wheels. Just want to sit in, get a nice draft, don't get too far back. So my goal is to win my category. Then finish as high as I can in the overall. Don't need to be at the very front. Don't want to be at the very back. Just ride steady. Always pay attention. What's going on around you? Don't fall asleep in Zwift. Man, we get out the back so fast. I like to keep my cadences over 90 until it comes time to bash the pedals for your life. Then I don't worry about it. There's always the up and back in Zwift. I typically have to ride around 270 watts, maintain position. We're on Volcano Flat today. It's not my course, but hey, it is what it is. I'm about 5'9", 150 pounds. So I'm more of an all-arounder. Not the best climber. Not the best on the flats. If I'm really good at anything, it's just being sneaky. Making other guys do the work for me if I can. It's one of the keys to anybody's success. There's a time to lay it out on the line. But a lot of the time is just to sit in. Let those really eager guys pull you up the road, and there's always a bunch of them. So we're gonna come to the little kick out of the tunnel here. Kind of got to be ready for that. I'm gonna pick up a little speed. That's pretty easy. So since I'm not at top fitness, I have to be very careful about my efforts. And that applies to you and anyone else. You're almost never the best guy out there. So ride accordingly. Be smart. See the workout graph below? Blue is good. I don't like orange. But sometimes you just got to go there. And of course, it's good training. That's the whole point. If you want to ride around in the blue all day, you can do that by yourself. It's not what a race is for. So you can see at 2:45, I start to drift back through the bunch. So I need to move up a little bit. Always watch the numbers over on the right. You start seeing a bunch of 6s and 7s, orange numbers. Don't wait. Start accelerating. Stay on a wheel. This is going to be a tough group. Especially on the flat. I recognize a lot of these names. Some super good guys in here. So I like to finish in the top 10 if I can. Win my category. That'd be a good day for me. A little far back for comfort here, especially if you see the group start to thin. Straighten out. And you're playing with fire. Lots of horsepower in here. Pretty solid speed. Gotta watch for gaps. I'm still too far back, but I'm not gonna panic. Yeah, this is one of those groups you don't want to mess around. You'll get popped. Let the blob do its work and pull you down the road. I come up to the little volcano climb here for the first time. Need to be positioned well for that. Start in the front and slide back on a climb if you can. See, I would not want to start that climb back here. You just have to work harder than you should. Keep contact. Pack fodder. Yeah, that's pretty much what I am today. I want to slowly work my way up here. As we get closer to the turn. Take some deep breath. Not far now. All right, here we go. See how strung out the group is? So I was in a good spot. Made the climb not as hard as it would have been. Still hard, just not as hard. So the group's all back together. A few guys dropped that time. I won't get back onto this group. So when you come off a hard effort, pay attention. Deliberately force yourself to get some recovery. Try to bring your heart rate down. But you have to force yourself to do it. So we have maybe at least 30 guys in here. Gibbings and Sal. A lot of good guys. They're good, but they're not Supermen. Throw one leg over the top tube like everybody else. So that's what you keep telling yourself. I can tell just from my breathing that I'm just not that fit. But 1st of January, I don't want to be all that fit. It's a process, a building process. And you have to take a few smackdowns to get there. It's all right. I'm going to use this drafting boost. Crap. I was hoping to use it before I got to the start finish here. Get another one, a better one, but it's all right. You want the aero power up for the end of this race. Got a feather. I'll probably use that on the volcano climb. I didn't use power-ups for first 6 months I raced on Zwift. So I thought they were a gimmick. I wanted to race true. Well, then I learned that the way the bunch moves along so fast, power-ups are actually pretty valuable. You're not going to win with a power-up if you don't belong there. So now I use them every chance I get. It's not cheating. It's part of the platform. Just have to be smart when you use them. So, 1 lap down, 2 to go. So far, so good. Still a lot of good guys here. I won't win this race, but I wasn't expecting to. I'd like to win my category. Grab as many overall points as possible. Still pretty fast, 30 miles an hour. Motoring right along. That's good, we get done sooner. This guys start to get tired here, so we gotta watch out for gaps, breaks. There's Mr. Pettit. Man, he smoked me in the time trial. Wow, he was really good. The last event of the ZHR number 2 series was time trial. He was awesome. I did okay, but that hurt. All right, again, we're gonna come out of the tunnel here. You don't want to be too far back. Position is very important. Don't underestimate it ever. Inside, outside. Mr. Nawson right behind me. He's good. A lot of guys in here that can pull way more watts out than I can. So you got to be stealthy. Don't be silly with your matches. You only got so many. See, I'm at the front. Now I'm not going to let off my pace because I'll go way to the back. Just ride steady. Heart rate's pretty good. You want to give yourself some room. You need all of a sudden grab 20 beats. Up we go. Grab a wheel. Watch for counters over the top. All stretched out. Don't stay in one position too long. Stand, sit. Your legs will break. Up your blood flow in your legs. Once again, I had good position going over the hill. No problem. Even though it got stretched out, there was no real hard counter, so worked out okay. I'm gonna come in with a pretty big bunch, at least 20 at the finish. Tail end Charlie, not a good spot. As long as you stay in the draft, that's the important thing. "24 minutes in, we're about halfway done. Nothing too crazy yet. It'll come. There's too many good guys in here. Gets later in the race, it's even more important to hold your position. It's going to be fewer guys willing to cross a gap. It's a rolling chest game. You don't have to be the best at chess, but just have a clue. This section come up here. Seems like it can get a little wild sometimes. Attacks. So I gotta be ready. Ideally, I'd like to stay in the front half of this field from now on, but I'm not the only one with that idea. So Zwift stuck me on the center line and dropped 20 places. Mr. Hyde's taking a run off the front. He's good. He can win today. He's going fast, but he's not going fast enough to stay off. All right, need to get positioned here. So here we go. Couple good attacks there. Two guys off. See how bad they want it, I guess. Long ways to go. Still a very motivated, fast group behind them. Hard recovery now. I think just one now. Just one off the front. He'd have to hold 6.0 to stay out with this group behind. Good try though. Still so many fast guys back here. Kind of dooms the breakaway. But sometimes attack like that just sets up the next one. It's not all about one big attack. It's usually a counter, sub counter, triple counter, fourth or fifth move. Sometimes it's what actually works. That is hard. Not for my 62-year-old ass on the 2nd of January. I like to race that way, but you got to be fit. Like July fit for me. We're coming up to the bell lap. You watch Mr. Nawson in the pink jersey there. Spent all day at the back. Cagey. Smart. All right, I do believe we're all back together. Bell out. 7 miles to go. So if you were sort of smart the first lap, smart the second lap, you better be razor sharp the third lap. Room for error is getting smaller and smaller. These guys get tired. It's another good place for strong guys to jump away. Get some hard recovery. I call it hard recovery because it's hard to think about to do it. Get some breaths. Be ready for the next barrage. See, I can tell I'm January fitness because I'm kind of stuck between two gears. One's a little too big, the other's a little too small. So we still have probably at least 20-25 guys in here. Most everybody's waiting for the final sprint. So hard to get away from the blob on a flat course. I'm sure somebody will try though. Good on them. You just want to maximize your recovery. Be ready for the jump out of the tunnel, over the top. And then of course the volcano climb. You're really ready for that. That'll be super hard. And then set up for the final sprint. It's always a bit of a cluster in Zwift. Six miles to go, 17 done. 17 miles in 35 minutes. Pretty quick. Mr. Popovic, probably the best rider in here. Notice you don't see that pink jersey here. Yeah, it's because it's in the back. Smart. Mardel's is also really good. You see my workout graph, I'm in a pretty good spot. Got a lot of room to move if I have to go. And I will here at some point for sure. Here we go. Too far back that time. But I got caught with my knickers down. I had to start too far back. I had to work too hard. Pay attention all the time. I do better than that on the volcano climb. But you know, you don't panic. Stay in a wheel, let them pull you up, see how far the front guys are, gauge your effort accordingly. Four miles, it's gonna be a long 4 miles. Well, I saw that coming, it's still really hard. I told you it's gonna be hard. 34 miles an hour, yeah. Hard recovery now. I suspect everyone's a little gassed right now. I bet you there'll be some attacks before we hit the volcano. So I need to stay up front here, be aware. It's 2.8 miles. Gotta be razor sharp now. Don't get surprised. You stay up here. I want to come up through the group right at the turn. Close. Here we go. Hurting. Just over a mile. Get some recovery. Try to position. Stay in the front third of the group. Drag me to the line, boys. Point 6 in, you gotta be really careful. There they go. It's all in now. Oh. Ouch. Oh. Oh. 12. Best I could do. Oh. All right, get some recovery here. All right, we'll do a little race review here. So if you look at my workout graph down below, that's the best I could do. You can see where it started to ramp up. That was a full mile out. I was already in the red zone. But I was solid on a wheel. You know, power up would have given me 3-4 spots maybe, but you can see I went harder and harder until I got to, I think it was 0.3 tenths of a mile, and then I held my sprint all the way. I maxed out. It's the best I could do. Flatlined it. Little dip at the end because I sat up, but so honestly, I don't. The only thing I could have done in that sprint was been a little farther up with a mile to go, but I was trying. I was there, and then despite the fact that I was aware of what was going on, and I started to ramp up my own wattage, 320, 330, 340, still on a wheel. Front guys just really started going fast. So, I mean, I was at 400 watts, still on a wheel. And it was all stretched out. 0.6 of a mile to go. I've been in sprints that didn't even start till then. We were all stretched out way before that, because there were so many strong guys. So, you know, I stayed tight in there, hoping the guys would blow up in front of me, and a few did. Then finally at 0.3 I took off, full gas. Caught a couple guys, but front 5 were pretty solidly in front of me, so I don't think I could have really done much better there. Again, a flat sprint is not my specialty. I max out about 900 watts. Some of those guys can do 11, 12, 1300 watts. My skinny ass ain't gonna do that. So all I can do is try to position myself as best I can and use my 900 watts for all I've got. I probably didn't hit 900 there because I was pretty tired by the time we got to 0.3 of a mile. So that was a good sprint, boy. Those boys let it out strong. So, all right, well, race 1 of the HR Master Series Winter Edition. It's in the bank. So let's take a look at some numbers. Over here. Turn off the fan before I get icicles form on me somewhere. So I don't know where you're at, but I'm in New England, US of A, and it is cold. Cold. It was 16 below zero when I got up this morning. I don't know what it is now, but it was 6 below when I came in, like 11 o'clock. So, oh, okay, so here's our numbers. January numbers for me. 5 seconds, quite a ways below. 1 minute, not that bad. That was that last minute, I'm sure. 5 minutes, not that bad. I mean, considering it's January. All those numbers below are my best numbers, July and August. Heart rate actually was pretty good. I managed it pretty well. 155 is about usual. So let's go to the timeline somewhere. Hello, today, there we go. Yeah, see, so you can see every one of the little hills coming out of the tunnel of the ocean, the volcano hill. I think I felt like I rode all the hills pretty well. The first 2 laps I rode them really well. Last lap I was too busy chatting coming out of the ocean. I was too far back, so I had to burn a little more energy there than I would have liked. And then the volcano climb, I came to the front on the surge a little bit too early. You know, the Zwift up and back, I timed a little early, so I was probably, what, a couple hundred meters or so from the turn when I hit the front. So what I was doing is I was working too hard. By the time we rounded the turn, I was still in a pretty good spot, but I had to work pretty hard. By the time I got over that second ramp, I was pretty gassed. Then it was all just about position, so I hit 690 on the final sprint. It's probably about right. When I'm tired, at the end of a longer effort like that, usually about 700 is where I'm at, but if I'm fairly well rested coming into it, and I can pick my spot, I get 900. But so there it is, 53 minutes, close to the top 10. I didn't see any other G's in that group, so I should have won my category. So all in all, it's about as good as I could do. That's what I always tell everybody. Look back on your race, break it down, what worked, what didn't, what you did right, what you didn't do right, what you could do better. Make everyone a learning experience. Try to. Don't just do it and forget about it. And you might make the same mistakes next time. I'm going to try to avoid that. So that's what all these numbers are for. The graphs, the charts, everything else. Look where you were, what you did, where you're at. So I know for me, I'm going to want to see a gradual progression up in my wattages through January, February, March. I probably won't do my first outside race until third week of April. So I've got about over 3 months here to build my form, and Zwift will be a big part of that. So, all right, that about does it for today. Remember, check out 152coaching.com, 152 Coaching on Facebook. I'm Rick Sorenson. Thanks for riding along today. Congrats to the guys that were in front of me. They certainly deserved it. They rode extremely well. Strong guys, every one of them. Chapeau. Ride on. We'll see you guys next time.